Psychology is a huge part of football. It's massive. Psychological barriers of entry. These are because I always say to people that the physical parts of football, that's like 40%, 30%. The other 70, 60% is mental and psychological. So let's just rewind the clock. Effectively, this is where Aston lost the league. Effectively. Arsenal, who should have won the league the season prior, this is now the crunch time of the season where every single win matters, where you can afford to make no mistakes. They're at the crib, they're in their house, and they get beaten 2-0 by Aston Villa, deservedly so. This is where they effectively lost the league. Because remember, this came after Liverpool had just dropped points, knowing that City were now in the driving seat to really now say, what's up? I know that City were not going to make any mistakes. They messed up. And I'm still shocked that they lost this game. Because I'm like, no, you can't. First of all, you can't lose any games at home. Especially towards the end of the season if you're serious about winning the league. You just can't. So, and you have to remember, Villa did the Dubinsky with them. They beat them 1-0 at Villa Park, and they beat them 2-0 at the Emirates. So they beat them twice. So this could be a thing of like, wait a minute, do Arsenal have an issue with these guys? So it's very key that this game came early. People may say, did this game come too early? Did it come too early for Arsenal? Could this be a bogey team for Arsenal? Shout out to your boy. It was a close game. And Villa had their opportunities. But it was a close game. And these are the kinds of games that make champions. These are the kinds of games that you say, okay, yeah, we came through there. And you see, so before I get to the title question, let me just deal with the Trossard question. So the Trossard thing, it's interesting. Because this reminds me of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. This reminds me of Trossard. So why do I say these names? So the notion is, hey, 1 + 1 = 2. If he's so good off the bench, he'll be an amazing starter. So look at how good he does with only 20 minutes or 30 minutes. If we give him 90 minutes, he'll do even better. He'll score even more goals. It's not that simple. It should be like that. The math should work out like that, but it's not that simple. Because, so look at Homeboy stats. So this is from last season. So in the UCL, 6 starts, 3 off the bench, 4 goals. Last season, so that was experience. So 18 appearances in the league last season, 16 off the bench, 12 goals. So, because what people are saying is, and this right for Arsenal, and hopefully Arteta has realized this, Martinelli, he's done. He's done. So what we're seeing from Martinelli is similar to what we saw from Pulisic, which is, that was just an anomaly. That period, which I believe was just before the World Cup, where we thought, Martinelli, this guy can actually maybe start for Brazil. It was only an anomaly. Since that period where he was truly amazing, he's been trash. You know what they tell you when you're 10, 11, 12? Head up, head up, head up. That notion of playing with your head down, that's coached out of you once you're 10, 11, 12. So I remember when I was playing in school, so wonder about when we're like, how old were we? So, we're 12, 13. We had the guys who were playing with their head down, heads up. By the time you're 13, 14, 15, the natural thing is, boom, head up. He still plays with his head down. So Martinelli still plays like an 11, 12-year-old. Head down, just running into complete no man's land. So people's notion are like, okay, bro, bench him. Starts Trossard. But this is where Arteta needs to be smart. He needs to be wise. And this is where for a manager you have to make a decision. Because this is the funny thing about football. Little secret here. So use the angle of Trossard. Trossard was amazing. He was known as the super sub for Chelsea. Once he started, he didn't score. So you're like, wait, hang on, wait. You can score with only 10 minutes from off the bench. We're giving you a full 90 and you can't score. It's one of those weird mysteries of football. There are some players who are good starters and there are some players who are good off the bench because So those guys off the bench, it's just how your brain works. It's just how you are as a player. You're like, okay, first of all, you're fresh. The game needs you. Everyone is tired. The way the game is, you're just more effective. You're just more sharper. You're just making better decisions. You're just better clinically. So what Arteta needs to decide is Trossard really an asset as a starter that we can use throughout the season, or is he more effective off the bench? All that matters is Arsenal win games. So this is not about, Trossard deserves to start and we should reward him. It's not about rewarding anybody. It's about beating Pep. All that matters is beating Pep. What Trossard wants and making Trossard feel happy, that is secondary. That's not even on the list. All that matters is Trossard. Do you help us win games as a starter or off the bench? That's what he needs to decide. And I'm not sure, because I saw Trossard for Belgium at those Euros and he was trash. He was not good. So maybe he's better as a super sub, or maybe he's better off the bench. Who knows? But even beyond that, the fact of the matter is this. The last time Arsenal won the league, I think you know this here. Great jersey, by the way. This is an amazing jersey. This maroon jersey is amazing. The guys you're going up against, those other dudes, they have the best goal scorer on the planet. So they're already good, but they have the best goal scorer on the planet. So they have a traditional throwback striker. Arsenal, I don't know whether Aston can win this league without having a true striker. You see, Henry was a unicorn, because Henry, he'll give you goals, but he'll give you assists. So he can do what apparently Havertz is here to do, but he'll also give you what Haaland is doing right now. So he'll give you goals. He'll give you 20, 25 goals. He'll also give you 19, 18 assists. But Henry was a unicorn, and he was a rarity. Those are very hard to find. A guy that can give you double figures of goals and assists. That's unicorn behavior. But you can get a striker. But you're going to get a goal scorer. And is it wise to rely on Saka always, to rely on Trossard off the bench, to rely on Havertz once in a time, Partey here or there, rather than, okay, Saka, we know we can get something from you. Partey, sometimes we can get something from you. Martinelli, sometimes. But if we have a guy that can just give us that 20, just give us that 20 goals, boom, then everyone chip in with 10. But we have a certified 20 goals. That's how you can start to beat Pep. Because the whole notion is, how do you plug that gap? How do you reduce that gap? And for Arsenal, what's the main thing Arsenal are missing? The defense is good. The midfield works well. We know what the wingers can do. Is a striker, a goal scorer, a guy where it's 0-0, he can find something out of nowhere. He knows where to be. He has got great positioning. Because those little games, those are all that matters. Because goals win games. And guys, 2004. It will be now over 20 years since Arsenal last won the league. So it is one of the most popular clubs in the world. There are very few football clubs that are more supported than Arsenal. Bro, I follow Spike Lee on Instagram. There is a whole New York section owned by Spike Lee that supports Arsenal. We know that Arsenal run Nigeria. They literally run Nigeria. I think there's Tinubu and there's Nigeria. So basically, Tinubu is here. Arsenal is right below Tinubu's leadership in Nigeria. So that's a long time for a club this popular and this supported to have not won the league. Guys, I know Pep is this great guy and so forth, but you've been close. Because here's the thing, this is why I will not accept. Oh, Pep is amazing. No. Arsenal should have won the league the last 2 seasons. You should have. City didn't win by 5, 10, 12 points. Arsenal, it was not as if City were amazing. Arsenal only had themselves to blame. But I just feel that as good as this team is, going in without a bona fide finisher, Tony is still there. Isaac is still there. To go in there without a bona fide finisher, I don't know whether that's the right way to roll. Think about becoming a Football Hut member. If you're a desktop merchant, just click on the join button below, over here. Or if you're a mobile phone merchant, just click on the join button below the video over here and join the true elite content crack addicts. Peace.